Moo Deng is the token of the day. It's up more than 140% today alone on the Ethereum chain. There's actually two versions of Moo Deng, one on Ethereum, one on Solana. In this video, we're going to look at the Ethereum-based token. Now the question is always, is this a pump and dump or is this organic accumulation? Let's have a look at some on-chain metrics that looks behind the price action. We want to figure out what's causing this in order to then better anticipate what might come. Now we are currently at 3035 for the price. We are up 143% today and we more than 4x'd this week. And since listing on CoinMarketCap 2 months ago, we are up more than 7,500%. But not without drama, we did see our very clear pump and dump in between. Is this the beginning of another dump or can we rally further? Let's have a look. Now this is not the first video on Moo Deng on this channel. I've published 4 videos before. And the first Ethereum based Moo Deng video was when the price was still at 3015. Since then we have more than doubled. And so I cover meme coins regularly on this channel and I try to be early. So if you don't want to miss the next one, feel free to subscribe, potentially even hit the notification bell. Now let's have a look at the on-chain metrics for Moo Deng. Let's first start with the obvious and then go more and more into granular detail. Here are the top trending tokens on the Ethereum chain ordered by liquidity, and Moo Deng is at place 23. It's got 3.5 million of liquidity, but have a look at how much more potential upside there is. If we were to 5x, we would be close to areas of Nero. If we were to 6 to 7x, we would be at levels of Memecoin. And so this is then how the chart looks like on a logarithmic scale. We can clearly see that early adoption pays off the most. The initial run was more than 10,000%. Our current rally is quite modest, relatively speaking. Again, of course, because the market cap is now larger with 145 million. On a linear scale, of course, this looks a bit different, right? But again, the relative gains are to be made in the early days. Now let's have a look at this rally. 144% today. And let's have a look at the ratio of buying volume versus selling volume and buyers versus sellers. It seems to align quite well, which would indicate that the amount that buyers and sellers trade is somewhat equal. It's not like there is one buyer that buys crazy amounts. It's not like there is one seller that dumps everything with a large amount. So this would indicate that even though this move is very quick, that it could be organic. Now let's dive a little bit deeper and look at those 11,000 holders on chain. What we've got over here is a segregation of holders based on their minimum holding thresholds. So on the left side, we've got the number of wallets that have at least 2.5 million Moo Deng tokens. At the current price, that's roughly worth $1,000. For the chart in the middle, we go a 10x from that. So that's now $10,000 worth of the token. For the chart on the right, another 10x, so $100,000 worth of the token. Now those are all daily charts, and we see that the accumulation seems to be happening mainly across the small retail holders. The number of medium-sized holders is also going up, but the whales aren't really going up. They're pretty much stable. Here's the same in a bit more granular detail. This just looks at the last 30 days, not at the beginning since time of trading. And again, very similar trend. The small retail investor tends to be buying the most consistently. The number of whales isn't necessarily growing, which thus indicates that this rally is driven by the small people, not necessarily by the whales. Here's another indication that seems to be confirming this. On the left side, we see the number of new users per day. And I don't know why on the 17th of November, things were pretty much standstill. But if you ignore that data point, the growth is pretty much constant. Today isn't yet finished, so this last bar is going to grow further, maybe even to all-time highs. The ratio of returning users to new users is somewhat stable, potentially slightly growing in the last days. And so the big question is always, is this a pump and dump by the whales or is this organic accumulation by many small wallets? Now, one way to distinguish this is simply the pace of accumulation. The whales simply buy with one order, the price shoots up, the volume shoots up, everything goes crazy. Retail investor interest, though, builds up slowly over time, right? It has to become viral. So that is important when we look at the number of buyers and sellers over time. So that's that chart on the left. Initially, we have seen a slow build up, which tends to indicate organic buying. But then the second wave that happened on the 5th of October, that seems quite artificial, right? We've seen a jump of roughly 500 or so wallets on a day to suddenly almost 5,000, a 10x in trading volume. Currently, we see a slow build up again. So this would indicate that this is organic. And why does that matter so much? It's because small retail tends to not sell as quickly as the whales. The whales dump whenever there's an opportunity, whenever there's an all-time high. Retail tends to just buy and hold for longer. Now, the issue with Ethereum is, of course, the gas fees, right? Once the market gets heated, a single swap can cost $50. Thus, we have to swap at least $1,000, $2,000, maybe $3,000 to make that worthwhile if we go in and out several times. And so what we actually noticed recently is a shift of activity from the Ethereum blockchain to the Solana blockchain. When we look at the top performing tokens, at the top performing meme coins, it's mainly Solana based. Have a look at this. That's the top performing crypto categories in the last week, and the pump.fun ecosystem is at number 2. So this is the launchpad of meme coins on Solana. And within that launchpad, we see that the small market caps tend to do the best. But then the question is, how do we pick the right token among those thousands of small market caps? How can we find something like the peanut token early or something like the goat token early? Because I made a video about goat when it was still at 24 cents. Now it's at $1.12. Or I made another video about peanut when it was still at 11 cents. Now it's at $1.62. The way how I find those kind of tokens is with wallet tracking. So I look at influencers, I look at people that move markets, I look at insiders, I look at top traders, and I check out what are they buying. Have a look at this. This is Crypto Banter that bought the peanut token at 3 cents. Here is Crypto Banter. It's one of the largest crypto channels in all of YouTube. They've got 1.1 million subscribers. When they talk about a small token, of course the token goes up because of all that additional attention. Here, check this out. Since the purchase alert at 3 cents, the price went up by more than 5,000%. And so I'm tracking various wallets. We are tracking 33 wallets by Crypto Banter, but in total we are tracking more than 400 wallets. And so really, I think this is how crypto works. It's both a game of luck, but also of skill. And the more we increase the sample size, the more the expected value will shine through. In other words, the luck component decreases, the skill component becomes important. And so it's all about having a market edge. It's all about knowing something most people don't. It's all about being very close to the sources of the people that push prices. And so that's why I made a dedicated tutorial course just on wallet tracking. It's 8 videos in total. It's about how to find influencer wallets. It's about how to then track them and how to finally also interpret the signals that we get from the tracking. It's all part of the premium membership of this channel. It's down below, thebitcoinstrader.com. Premium is not just about wallet tracking. It's also about on-chain analytics, right? The charts that we looked at today. It's also about backtesting. It's about risk diversification. It's about all kinds of things, more than 100 videos in total. And so once we've got a wallet signal, we of course have to also discuss this. That's why there are dedicated chats on the individual altcoins as well. So feel free to check it out. It's currently $125 per month. There's also a 1-week money back guarantee. So in case you do not like premium, simply message me within the first week and I'll refund you 100%. There's really zero risk for you. So yes, I believe that Moo Deng on Ethereum can rise faster. It seems like the current rally is quite organic. Of course, short term, there might be some profit taking, right? We more than doubled in a single day. But say over the next week or two, we're probably going to be higher. I don't have a crystal ball either, but that's simply what the data suggests. If you got some value out of this video, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. See you in the next video or see you in premium. Cheers.